If you're waiting to just know he's the one, you're going to miss him when he shows up. I'm a man, and I need to tell you something about the one that no one's saying. You think you'll just know, that it'll be obvious, magical, certain, that when you meet him, everything will click into place, and you'll have this overwhelming feeling of, this is it. But here's what actually happens. The relationships that feel like magic in the beginning usually burn out. And the ones that feel like work at first are the ones that actually last. Because the one isn't a feeling, it's a match. And most women are so focused on the feeling that they completely miss the match. Growing up watching my parents, I saw this play out in real time. They thought they were soulmates. The chemistry was insane. The connection felt fated. They were certain they'd found the one. They were divorced by the time I was 13, because the feeling they mistook for destiny was just their nervous systems recognizing familiar dysfunction. They felt like the one to each other because their trauma matched, not because their values, communication styles, or life goals did. By the end of this video, you'll understand what actually determines long-term compatibility. What's happening in both your brains when someone is actually right for you, and why the question isn't, is he the one, but, can we build something real together? I know, clarity is gold. Let's go. Before I break this down, I need to tell you what this video is not. This is not a checklist. I'm not going to give you 10 signs he's the one, because that would just be another way to perform certainty where uncertainty exists. This is about showing you what actually happens psychologically when two people are genuinely compatible, not perfect for each other, but capable of building something that lasts. There's a difference between the one as a romantic concept and someone you can actually build a life with as a practical reality. So let me show you what you think the one looks like versus what compatibility actually is. Here's what most women think the one will feel like. Immediate certainty. You meet him and you just know. No doubt, no questioning. It feels right from day one. Effortless connection. Everything flows. No conflict, no friction. You're perfectly in sync. You finish each other's sentences. You want the same things at the same time. Constant butterflies. The chemistry never fades. You're always excited to see him. The spark stays alive. It feels electric. He completes you. You were incomplete before him. He fills the gaps. He makes you feel whole. Like you've been waiting your whole life for him to show up and make everything make sense. Here's what's actually happening when a relationship feels like that. When you meet someone and immediately just know, what you're actually experiencing is familiarity. Your nervous system is recognizing patterns from your past. And familiarity feels like destiny because your brain loves what it knows. But familiarity is not compatibility. Familiarity is your trauma recognizing his trauma and saying, oh, I know this dance. When everything feels effortless, what you're actually experiencing is either A, you're both conflict avoidant and suppressing your real needs, or B, you haven't been together long enough for real differences to surface. Real compatibility includes friction, because two whole people with their own needs, opinions, and boundaries will inevitably clash. And if there's no friction, someone is shrinking. When you have constant butterflies, what you're actually experiencing is anxiety. Your nervous system is in fight or flight because the relationship is unpredictable. And unpredictability creates dopamine spikes that feel like passion. but they're actually just stress. Butterflies are not a sign he's the one. They're a sign your nervous system doesn't feel safe yet. And when someone completes you, what you're actually experiencing is codependency. You're outsourcing your sense of wholeness to another person. And that's not love. That's emotional dependence. I've felt all of this multiple times. I've met women where I just knew, where everything felt effortless, where the chemistry was insane, where I thought, this is it, she's the one. And every single one of those relationships ended badly because I wasn't feeling compatibility. I was feeling my nervous system's addiction to familiar dysfunction dressed up as destiny. So what does actual compatibility look like? It's not a feeling. It's a series of matches that you discover over time. Nervous system compatibility. This is the big one. Can your nervous systems regulate each other, or do they dysregulate each other? Here's what I mean. When you're stressed, does being around him calm you down or ramp you up? When he's upset, does your presence help him settle, or does it make him withdraw further? If your nervous systems regulate each other, if proximity reduces stress instead of increasing it, that's a biological signal that your bodies feel safe together. And safety is the foundation of everything. Not excitement, not passion. Safety, communication compatibility. Do you fight fair or do you fight dirty? When there's conflict, and there will be conflict, can you both stay in the room, or does one of you shut down, walk away, go silent? Can you repair after a fight, or do you hold grudges? This matters more than whether you agree on everything, because you won't. What matters is whether you can navigate disagreement without destroying each other. Values compatibility, not interests. Values. You don't need to both love hiking. You need to both value the same things: honesty, growth, commitment, family, ambition, stability, whatever matters to you. Because interests change, hobbies fade. But values, those are the foundation. And if your core values don't align, everything else is just decoration on a cracked foundation. Conflict resolution compatibility. How does he handle it when you're upset? Does he get defensive? Does he shut down? Does he turn it around on you? Does he minimize your feelings? Or does he listen? Does he take accountability? Does he make space for your emotions without making it about him? This is the test. Not how he treats you when things are easy, but how he treats you when things are hard. I didn't learn this until I was 23. I was in a relationship with someone who felt like the one. The chemistry was incredible. We had so much fun together. We wanted the same future, marriage, kids, the whole thing. But every time we fought, she'd shut down, go completely silent. And I'd panic and chase her, trying to fix it. And the cycle would repeat. Chemistry, blow up, shut down, chase, repeat. We broke up after 2 years, and I was devastated because I thought she was the one. Then I met someone else. The chemistry wasn't as intense. There were no butterflies. It felt calm, easy, safe. And when we had our first fight, she didn't shut down. She didn't leave. She said, "I need 20 minutes to cool off, then let's talk." And we did. We talked. We both took accountability. We repaired. And I realized this is what compatibility actually is. Not fireworks, but the ability to navigate hard things together without destroying each other. That relationship didn't last either. But it taught me what to look for and what to stop mistaking for destiny. Quick pause. If this is reframing how you think about relationships, hit subscribe. I'm building her psyche for emotionally intelligent women who want psychology, not fairy tales. Only subscribe if this resonates. Let's continue. Here's the part that's hard to hear. There is no the one. There are people you're compatible with, and there are people you're not. And within the compatible ones, there are people you choose to build with. And that choice, not destiny, not fate, not magic, is what creates lasting love. You're not looking for the person who makes you feel the most. You're looking for the person you can build the most with. And building requires shared values, mutual respect, emotional safety, conflict resolution skills, nervous system regulation, willingness to grow. None of that is sexy. None of that is romantic. None of that feels like a movie. But all of it is what actually determines whether a relationship lasts past the honeymoon phase. I know this is disappointing, because the idea of the one is comforting. It means you don't have to choose, you don't have to work, you just have to wait for the universe to deliver the perfect person, and everything will magically work out. But that's not how it works. What actually happens is, you meet someone who's compatible, and then you both choose, every single day, to keep building together. Through the boring parts, through the hard parts, through the parts where it would be easier to leave. That's what creates the one. Not finding him, but building him with you over time. So if you can't rely on just knowing, what do you pay attention to? How you feel over time, not in moments. Don't ask yourself, do I feel butterflies when I see him? Ask, do I feel calm and safe when I'm with him over weeks and months? Don't ask, is this passionate? Ask, is this sustainable? Don't ask, does he complete me? Ask, do we make each other better? How he handles your needs, does he make space for them? Or does he make you feel guilty for having them? When you express something you need, does he listen and adjust? Or does he defend and deflect? You're not testing him, you're observing. 'Cause how someone responds to your needs is how they'll respond for the next 40 years. How you handle conflict together. Do you both stay in the room? Do you both take accountability? Do you both repair? Or does one person always apologize? Does one person always shut down? Does one person always bring up old wounds to win the current fight? Conflict is inevitable. Destruction is optional. And if you can't fight clean, you can't build long-term. How he treats you when you're not at your best. Not when you're happy, fun, easy, but when you're stressed, sad, difficult. Does he have patience? Does he have empathy? Or does he withdraw and wait for you to be normal again? Because life is going to throw hard things at you. And if he can't show up for you when things are hard, he's not the one. He's just convenient when things are easy. If you're watching this and feeling like you've been chasing the wrong things, the butterflies, the certainty, the magic, I need you to hear this. You're not naive. You're not silly. You're not broken for wanting romance. You're doing what you were taught to do. You're believing what movies, songs, and culture told you to believe. That love is a feeling that happens to you, not a choice you make together. And it's not your fault that nobody explained. The feeling is just the beginning. The real question is what happens after the feeling fades, because it will fade. The butterflies will die. The certainty will turn into doubt. The magic will become mundane. And when that happens, you'll have a choice. Do I stay and build? Or do I leave and go find the feeling again with someone new? Most people choose the feeling. They chase it from person to person. thinking the one is whoever gives them butterflies. But the people who actually build lasting love, they choose the building. They choose the person they're compatible with, even when it's not magical, especially when it's not magical. Because real love isn't what you feel in year 1, it's what you build in year 10. So here's what we covered. What you think the one looks like. Instant certainty, effortless connection, constant butterflies, is actually just your nervous system recognizing familiar patterns, not real compatibility. What actually determines long-term compatibility is nervous system match, communication styles, shared values, and how you handle conflict together. And the uncomfortable truth, there is no the one. There are compatible people you choose to build with, and that choice is what creates lasting love. Here's the truth I need you to leave with. Stop waiting to just know. Start paying attention to how he makes you feel over time, how he handles your needs, and how you navigate hard things together. Because the one isn't the person who gives you butterflies. It's the person you can build a life with after the butterflies die. This is Her Psyche. I decode psychology so you can make better choices, not romantic ones. I'm building this for emotionally intelligent women. If this resonated, subscribe. If it didn't, don't. Drop a heart if you've been chasing feelings instead of compatibility and just realized it. Your rewiring starts here.